Well, this is Friday afternoon, about 1 o'clock. We're here at the corner of Crown Valley and Smith, and we're looking at the new Acton Market. It's actually starting to show some promise after many months of delays obtaining permits. It's now in the block stage, and we can see that Bell Steel is prominently displayed on the fence. John Bell of Roseman building this building, and we'll interview him next week and ask him about the progress of it. The new Acton Market has long been awaited because it'll give more space to stock more items.
The direction we're going with indicating your fee methodology is flawed. The Santa Clara River is 75% in the forest. It's not a concreted channel. It's different than the LA Basin. But that's pointing out that's pointing out the differences. It's not just saying no. That's okay. Now we've added another.
So now we can say no, but say the reason why we're saying no are these reasons here, and not saying we will support it if you change these things, but saying we're not supporting it because this is what it has to say.
There you go.
Can I get consensus on that? Show of hands. That's not what we want to say.
That's much better.
You don't even have to count that.
Supervisor Antonovich and the four other supervisors, that we are opposed to this based on the number of the research that you've done, the research that I've done, and community consensus here. We are opposed to the measure in any shape or form.
And bringing the results back from our meeting that we had with Phil Dudar,
Yes.
so that they understand.
Right. We also, I think, need to address and send a letter to Phil Dudar saying, thank you for allowing the appeals process, but we
presented the results to the community.
And the community is completely opposed to any.
All right. So we have a motion on the floor. Yes.
Copy all 5 on that too.
Copy all 5 on that too.
On the Phil Dudar also?
Because I don't think people really realize the impact that hundreds and hundreds of letters have. Emails too. They really do have an impact. And you are not alone. There are people across the county who are doing exactly what you're doing. So.
Yeah, because it's all the county.
That's right.
Everybody.
That's right.
All right, so we have a second. Any more discussion on this?
That we're 85% of our budget is attributed to labor. We talked about that percentage and the risk that it runs. You can see we're out of programming. You cut more program, you cut more, basically the only thing you've got left is labor.
But we're service industry.
Absolutely.
The majority of our budget's going to go towards service.
So, but again, all ideas are on the table, Debbie. I mean, these are just things.
What's the industry standard, to use Mark's norm? What's the industry standard for people in their percentage of their budget?
There's a variance. You saw how many districts in LA County, and what was the variance?
The number creeps up. I mean,
Okay,
if you
but
have a district that's...
clarify for me before you give me your number. It's not, we're not out of the ballpark
Not anymore.
of how percentage of our budget that goes
Compared to
down.
other districts, what was your variance from what to what?
Between 75 and 90%.
Right, and we're sitting at what, 85?
85.
Okay.
Except the district that's at 90%.
Yeah, and the 90% are ones that are in severe declining enrollment, severe budget cuts, school closures, making really tough
Okay,
choices.
let's remind where Steve came from. And he managed how many districts?
I had 17, actually when I left I had close to 20.
And obviously working at the county, he saw a lot of different school districts in county, and he saw a lot of variance, and those that do get to that 90% is absolutely correct. What both of these gentlemen said, they're bankrupt. They don't know it yet, but they're headed there.
Buildings are falling apart.
Exactly. Everything else is falling apart, and they're on that path to bankruptcy, to being, negative. seen it, I don't know how many times, and obviously, he's been involved with some of the state takeovers and some of the, some of the school districts. Again, I'm not gonna throw any of them under the bus, but that have come in and taken over, and he's been obviously in the backside of that, trying to support those
That
districts.
it's important that we as a district, which is why this is called ahead of the curve, we as an administrative team since the beginning of this year have really come together to come up with a great solid plan for you on what we can do based on our essentials to provide a program here at this district that truly is ahead of the curve. We want to keep our kids. We want people to come to our district because of the program that we're offering and be excited about being here. When you look at those numbers and you look at the projected declining enrollment, what if we had 200 kids come to our schools?
Yeah.
That would make a huge difference in the conversation that we're having. So part of this presentation, a lot of these numbers up front are very rough. I did provide you with a comprehensive action budget so that you can tell these numbers aren't just out of nowhere, they come from a foundation. However, please keep in mind that these numbers are estimates as we go through the presentation today. Since Dr. Witter's not here, I'm going to put it myself. And if you remember back in December, I talked to you specifically about our targeted plan, and we went into each of the essentials. Today we want to talk about the result. The plan's great. It's so nice to have a great plan. We have a great plan for our district, but we need to get into the results. How are we going to get there? Because once we start getting results, we're going to start seeing our enrollment increase in our district. Our goal is to provide a K-2 collaborative culture, increased student proficiency, cohesive district design and implementation, data-driven instruction, informed parents, and great first teaching. If you click to the next slide for me, Dr. Ritter.
Can I just make a quick comment about that?
Sure.
Which is, I think that, and this is just a nit, but it hopefully worth mentioning. I still think some of these things as interim steps towards results. And the only reason I bring that up is just kind of to continue to drive the focus on what really is a result.
I don't think we're in education we're ever done. I think we're continuing to strive to be better in everything that we're doing.
There's no destination, honestly. I don't know any district that's there.
Well, I don't
I
know what a K-12 collaborative culture is. And I know I keep bugging you guys, and I don't mean to pick